Welcome back to my cooking channel, guys, and since it is Christmas season, I am dedicating the next set of episodes to prepare you the popular dishes that is being served during Noche Buena here in the Philippines. So first up on our list, I'm preparing leche flan, and I'm going to make the traditional way of cooking leche flan, and the other one would be flavored with cream cheese. For our list of ingredients, we are going to use 5 egg yolks. The reason why we are just going to use the egg yolks, it would give us that creamy consistency of our leche flan. Also, we have 3/4 cup of evaporated milk. We're gonna use also 5 tablespoons of condensed milk. Now, traditionally, it's dye-up or lime that is being used to flavor the leche flan. But since we don't have dye-up, we're going to use the juice of 2 pieces of calamansi. We need 4 tablespoons of granulated white sugar. This is to make our caramel. Confectioner's sugar, about 2 tablespoons for our flan mix. And then we're going to use 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now, half of this recipe we will make the cream cheese version, so we're going to need 1/4 block of cream cheese. For our utensils, we need the following: 4 small pieces of aluminum llaneras. We need a square pan. This is going to be serving as our bain-marie. We are going to bake our leche flan for today, but if you prefer to use a steamer, that's perfectly fine. We also need aluminum foil to cover our llaneras. We need mixing bowls to mix our flan and also to separate our eggs. We need a fine strainer. Okay, for mixing, we need a whisk, a pair of steel tongs, a spatula, and measuring spoons. Okay, to start off, we are going to separate the yolks from the whites of the egg. Make sure that your hands are clean. Now, the reason why, because I'm not going to use an egg separator for this. I'm just going to use my bare hands to serve as the strainer for the yolk. Now, you need 2 bowls, one for the whites and one for the egg yolks. So I'll show you how to separate your egg yolks really easy. You crack the egg. You put the yolk onto your fingers and making sure that you strain them. And there you go. You have a perfect yolk with the whites separated, and that's how easy it is. So we're gonna do the rest of our eggs until all 5 of them are complete. Now that we're done separating the egg whites from the egg yolks, just to leave you with a useful tip to store your egg whites, you can actually freeze them. And if you need to use it for omelets, you can just thaw the egg whites and add your ingredients for your breakfast omelet. So it's not going to go into waste. Now I'm breaking down the egg yolks and I'm gonna start adding the rest of the ingredients. I'm gonna first start off with 1 tablespoon of confectioner's sugar. I'm gradually adding our confectioner's sugar and mixing it into the yolks, just making sure that there are no lumps and the sugar is well dissolved. Next, we're gonna add the other tablespoon, so it's a total of 2 tablespoons all in all that we put into our egg yolks. And same thing, we're gonna make sure that it's well dissolved into the yolks. Condensed milk will be next, so we're gonna add that to our yolk mix. We're gonna add the 3/4 cup of evaporated milk. One-4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And the juice of 2 pieces of calamansi. Now once we have added all of the ingredients, we are going to strain our flan mix. This would make sure that there will be no impurities, everything is removed, no lumps, and no bubbles for our flan mix. We're gonna do this 2 times just to make sure that our leche flan turns out silky and creamy and smooth. So with this recipe, I was able to come up with 1.5 cup of flan mix. And this is enough for the 4 pieces of aluminum llaneras. So 2 of those llaneras, we will make a cream cheese flan. So this is your leche flan flavored with cream cheese. So I have the 1/4 block of cream cheese. We're gonna whisk it and soften it even further. And we're gonna gradually put half of the flan mix to the cream cheese. Now I'm gradually doing this, making sure again that the cream cheese is well melted and incorporated into our flan mixture. So once we are done preparing our traditional flan mix and our cream cheese flan mixture, we set this aside. Now it's time to prepare our caramel, and I'm putting in 1 tablespoon of granulated white sugar into our llaneras and making the caramel directly into our aluminum llaneras. Please be very careful in doing this because sugar can burn your skin. And to make sure that we achieve that amber color and not burnt sugar, we swirl our aluminum llaneras once in a while and distributing the heat that way. So once we have achieved the amber color, it's done. Now it should be glossy and glassy, and there should be no specks of sugar granules into our pan. This would make a very good base for our leche flan. Before putting in our flan mix, our caramel should be really cool to the touch. Otherwise, it would produce bubbles when we put in our flan mix. So the way to test this, put it in your palm, and if it's cool, you're good to pour in your flan mix. So we're gonna start off with the traditional flan mixture. So this is gonna make 2 llaneras. Next up, we have the cream cheese flan mixture. We put it into our measuring cup so that we can easily pour it into our llaneras. And this is gonna make 2 llaneras as well. So if you've noticed, the traditional flan mix is more vibrant in color compared to the one mixed with cream cheese. Next up, we are going to cover our llaneras with aluminum foil so that when we bake it, there's no water droplets going into our flan. Now I'm boiling water so that we can fill in our bain-marie half full. This would regulate the heat and slowly cook our leche flan. So the secret, guys, to a perfect flan with no bubbles is really slow cooking. So I have preheated my oven to 150 degrees. And I'm using the convection option. This is gonna bake for 20 minutes. Now once 20 minutes is up, I'm gonna remove the foil and then we're gonna put it back into our pan filled with hot water still, and then bake it for another 15 minutes or so. At this point, I turned up the heat a little bit to 170 degrees so that the top would actually set. So same option, convection option, for about 15 minutes. So after 15 minutes, your flan is cooked, and I'm just gonna help it cool down by placing it onto a wooden board. Now once it is cooled down, you might want to cover this with aluminum foil again and put it into your fridge. I would really recommend refrigerating this first before serving it so that you can develop that chewy and silky texture of the flan. Now when you cut it in the middle, this is how the perfect flan looks like with absolutely no bubbles. If you do like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Share this recipe to your family and friends. And if you're new to my channel, please do subscribe at Yan-E and tap that bell as well for notifications on new videos and recipes. Thanks again for watching, guys. Till next time for another Christmas episode here on my channel.